Long ago, in the hills of Judah, when Israel was a young kingdom, God was watching over a boy no one else had noticed. His name was David, the youngest of 8 sons. While his brothers trained for war, David watched sheep and sang songs to God. God sent his prophet Samuel to a man named Jesse to anoint a new king, a king not chosen by power, but by God's own heart.
There is still the youngest, but he is out keeping the sheep. Send for him. We will not sit until he arrives.
The moment Samuel saw David, God said, "Rise and anoint him. He is the one." From that day forward, the Spirit of God came upon David with power. David didn't know yet that he would be king. He just kept trusting, kept worshiping, kept believing that God was watching, even in the dark, even in the quiet. Meanwhile, Israel had a king, Saul, chosen for his height and his strength. But Saul had turned his back on God, and without God, a king has nothing but fear. The Philistine army gathered for war in the valley of Elah, thousands of soldiers, and Israel's army trembled across the ridge, waiting.
What can we do? What man can face this?
Hen, from the Philistine camp, came a man unlike anything Israel had ever seen. His name was Goliath of Gath, nearly 9 feet tall, and every inch
Why have you come out to
iron.
battle? Am I not a Philistine and you servants of Saul? Choose a man, let him come down to me. If he kills me, if I kill him, you will be your servants. But if I the armies of Israel, you will serve us day.
For 40 days, morning and evening, Goliath came and hurled his challenge. And for 40 days, no one answered.
No one can win this fight.
David's father sent him to bring food to his brothers at the front lines. He was just a delivery boy, but God had other plans. Every soldier saw a giant too big to fight. David saw a giant too big to miss. His faith
Who is
was
this
not
uncircumcised
blind.
Philistine
It was on fire.
that he so to define the armies of the living God?
You cannot fight this Philistine. You are only a youth, and he has been a warrior in his youth.
Your servant has killed both lion and bear, protecting his father's sheep. This filleth me from by the lion and be armies of the living God. For he has defied the wanies of the bear. The Lord will rescue me from this Philistine.
David didn't need a king's armor. He had something stronger. He had a living God. With no army behind him, no armor, no sword, David walked down into the valley. One boy, one God, one moment that would change history.
Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? Come to me, and I will give your flesh to the birds and the beasts.
You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against in the name of the Lord, the God of the armies of Israel, with you have defied. This day against you deliver you into my hands. The whole world will know God in Israel. The battle is the Lord, and he will give you into our hands.
And David ran. He ran toward the giant, not away. Because when you know God is with you, the giant is not the problem. The giant is the opportunity. One stone, one moment. Goliath fell face down on the ground. The giant who had mocked Israel and mocked God could not stand against the name of the Lord. When Israel saw Goliath fall, the army that had trembled for 40 days roared. God had kept his promise. He always keeps his promise. Every one of us has a giant, a fear, an obstacle, a moment when the enemy seems too big, too strong, too loud. David's story is God's message to you. Trust me. I see you. I chose you. And the battle is not yours. It is mine. David would go on to become Israel's greatest king, not because he was perfect, but because he never stopped trusting God. He was called a man after God's own heart, because above all else, he loved his God. If you're facing your own Goliath today, remember David. Remember that the God who helped a shepherd boy defeat a giant is the same God who is with you right now. Don't run from the valley. Run toward it in the name of the Lord.